Number 1. This 1967 Ford Fairlane 500 might be one of the best values we've seen so far, especially for someone looking to get into the classic car hobby without spending a fortune. In my opinion, what makes this car particularly interesting isn't just the price. It's the combination of a rust-free body, V8 power, manual transmission, and an unusual history connected to the film and television industry. The first thing that grabs my attention is the asking price of just under $8,000. Honestly, in today's classic car market, it's becoming increasingly difficult to find a solid, running, V8-powered American classic at this price point. Many project cars sell for more money than this without being roadworthy, which makes this Fairlane stand out immediately. The 1967 model year is also one of my favorite Fairlane designs. Personally, I think Ford struck a great balance between clean mid-60s styling and the more muscular appearance that would define the late 1960s. The body has sharp lines, a strong stance, and enough character to stand apart from more common classics like Mustangs and Camaros. The red exterior combined with a black interior is a timeless muscle car combination. In my opinion, it's hard to go wrong with red on a classic Ford. It highlights the body lines, looks good in almost any lighting condition, and gives the car a sporty personality even before you start the engine. Under the hood is a 302 cubic inch V8. While the seller notes that the mileage is TMU, or true mileage unknown, that doesn't really bother me on a car of this age. Personally, I care much more about how a classic runs and drives than what the odometer says. The Ford 302 has earned one of the best reputations in American automotive history. It's known for being durable, easy to work on, and capable of providing plenty of enjoyable performance. Even today, parts availability remains excellent, which is a huge advantage for owners. One of the most appealing features of this Fairlane is the conversion to a 3-speed manual transmission mounted on the floor. Personally, I think a manual transmission instantly makes a classic car more engaging. It transforms the driving experience from simple transportation into something interactive. Every shift becomes part of the fun, and it creates a stronger connection between driver and machine. For many enthusiasts, that's exactly what classic car ownership is all about. Perhaps the biggest selling point in the entire listing is the statement that the body is solid and rust-free. Honestly, those two words can be worth thousands of dollars in the classic car world. Mechanical parts can usually be repaired relatively easily. Rust, on the other hand, often requires extensive bodywork, fabrication, and expense. A rust-free Fairlane provides a strong foundation that future owners can enjoy immediately or improve over time. The seller describes the interior as a 9 out of 10, which is impressive for a vehicle approaching 60 years old. In my opinion, interior condition often tells you a lot about how a car has been treated throughout its life. A well-preserved cabin usually indicates an owner who paid attention to the vehicle as a whole. The paint is rated as a 7 out of 10, with imperfections shown in the photos. Personally, I appreciate that level of honesty. No 60-year-old car should be expected to be perfect unless it has undergone a full restoration. In fact, a few imperfections can make a classic feel more authentic and approachable. One of the most fascinating aspects of this Fairlane is its connection to the entertainment industry. According to the seller, the car was purchased from J.C. Picture Cars in Georgia, where it had previously been used in films and television productions. Honestly, that's a pretty unique piece of history. While it may not dramatically increase the car's value, it certainly adds character and gives the vehicle a story that many classics simply don't have. Every car enthusiast enjoys owning something with an interesting background, and this Fairlane definitely checks that box. Another major improvement is the Borgeson power steering conversion. The seller explains that the car originally wasn't roadworthy because of a failed manual steering box. Rather than simply repairing the original setup, the steering system was upgraded to power steering. Personally, I think that's a practical enhancement. Classic cars with manual steering can sometimes feel heavy and cumbersome, especially during parking maneuvers. A quality power steering conversion makes the car significantly easier and more enjoyable to drive without fundamentally changing its character. The seller also notes that the engine shows no blow-by and that the car runs and drives well. In my opinion, those are encouraging signs for a vehicle in this price range. Many affordable classics require immediate mechanical attention, but this Fairlane sounds like something you could drive and enjoy right away. What I really like about this car is its honesty. It's not being presented as a flawless show car. It's not claiming to be a rare factory muscle car worth 6 figures. Instead, It's presented as a solid, rust-free V8-powered classic with a good interior, a unique history, and a reasonable price. Sometimes those are the most enjoyable cars to own. At $7,999, this Fairlane occupies a space in the market that's becoming increasingly rare. You're getting a running and driving classic Ford with a V8 engine, manual transmission, rust-free body, upgraded steering, clean title, and a unique Hollywood connection for less than the cost of many used economy cars. Overall, in my opinion, this 1967 Ford Fairlane 500 represents one of the stronger values among classic American cars today. The 302 V8, floor-shift manual transmission, rust-free body, upgraded power steering, solid interior, and fascinating film industry background create a package that's both affordable and interesting. It may not be the rarest Fairlane ever built, but it offers something many enthusiasts are looking for: a classic car with character, drivability, and a story to tell. And honestly, that's often worth more than a long list of expensive modifications. Number 2. 1965 Cadillac Coupe DeVille. This 1965 Cadillac Coupe DeVille is a striking example of mid-1960s American luxury, combining Cadillac's unmistakable styling with a number of tasteful upgrades that enhance both drivability and presentation. Finished in blue with a freshly restored white interior, this Coupe DeVille captures the elegance and prestige that made Cadillac one of the most desirable luxury brands of its era. With its long body lines, distinctive vertical headlights, and clean California heritage, this car offers the kind of presence that few classic automobiles can match. The 1965 model year marked an important evolution for Cadillac. While retaining the dramatic proportions and luxury-focused character that defined the brand, the redesigned body featured cleaner, more modern styling compared to earlier models. The result was a vehicle that looked sophisticated without sacrificing the bold road presence Cadillac owners expected. More than 60 years later, the 1965 Coupe DeVille remains one of the most recognizable luxury coupes of the decade. According to the seller, this particular example originally came from California, a detail that often attracts attention among collectors. Vehicles from dry western climates frequently benefit from reduced exposure to moisture and road salt, which can contribute to better long-term preservation. The seller describes the car as solid, suggesting that it has maintained its structural integrity over the years. One of the highlights of this Coupe DeVille is its attractive blue exterior finish. The paint is described as being in great condition and complements the car's elegant body lines exceptionally well. The combination of blue paint and a bright white interior creates a classic luxury car appearance that feels both period-correct and visually appealing. This color combination helps emphasize the Cadillac's upscale personality while giving it a fresh and inviting look. Inside, the interior has been recently redone, providing a clean and comfortable environment that matches the quality of the exterior. Cadillac interiors during the 1960s were known for their spacious layouts, generous seating, and premium materials. The refreshed cabin allows occupants to experience that classic luxury feel while benefiting from renewed upholstery and presentation. Under the hood, the seller notes several upgrades that improve reliability and performance without dramatically altering the car's original character. An upgraded distributor and carburetor help ensure smoother operation and improved drivability, while chrome valve covers and a chrome air cleaner add visual appeal to the engine compartment. A larger oil pan has also been installed, potentially improving lubrication capacity and supporting engine durability during extended driving. The car's dual exhaust system is another notable feature. Beyond improving exhaust flow, a properly tuned dual exhaust setup gives the Cadillac a deeper and more authoritative sound. While the Coupe DeVille was originally designed as a luxury cruiser rather than a muscle car, enhancements like this can add a subtle performance-inspired personality without compromising comfort. Braking performance has also been improved through the addition of front disc brakes. This is one of the most practical upgrades that can be made to a classic car, providing stronger and more consistent stopping power compared to traditional drum brakes. For owners who intend to drive their classic regularly, front disc brakes can significantly increase confidence behind the wheel. Another thoughtful modernization is the inclusion of a retro sound radio. This upgrade allows the car to retain a vintage appearance while offering modern audio functionality. Many classic car enthusiasts appreciate these types of modifications because they improve usability without detracting from the vehicle's original style. The exterior stance is enhanced by a set of 20-inch Riddler wheels, which give the Coupe DeVille a slightly more contemporary look. While larger than the factory wheels, they maintain a tasteful appearance and help distinguish the vehicle from completely stock examples. Combined with the car's clean paint and straight body, the wheels contribute to a show-ready presentation. The seller notes that the car has won multiple trophies at car shows, suggesting that it has been well received by enthusiasts and judges alike. Awards alone do not determine a vehicle's quality, but they can indicate that the car consistently presents well and attracts positive attention wherever it appears. From a driving perspective, this Coupe deville appears to offer the best of both worlds. It retains the smooth, comfortable cruising character that made Cadillacs famous while benefiting from practical upgrades that improve reliability, braking, and overall enjoyment. It is the type of classic that can be driven to local events, enjoyed on weekend road trips, or displayed proudly at car gatherings. From my perspective, the strongest aspect of this vehicle is its balance. It has not been radically modified or transformed into something entirely different. Instead, the upgrades appear carefully chosen to enhance the ownership experience while preserving the Cadillac's original identity. The fresh interior, upgraded brakes, improved engine components, and award-winning presentation make it a particularly attractive option for someone looking for a classic luxury cruiser that is ready to enjoy. Overall, this 1965 Cadillac Coupe deville represents a well-preserved and thoughtfully updated example of one of Cadillac's most iconic luxury coupes. Its California roots, refreshed interior, tasteful performance upgrades, and proven show car appeal combine to create a vehicle that offers both style and substance. Whether admired at a car show or enjoyed on the open road, this Coupe deville continues to embody the elegance and confidence that defined Cadillac during the golden age of American luxury automobiles. This 1965 Cadillac Coupe deville is located in Rushville, Ohio, and is currently being offered for sale at an asking price of $29,900. Number 3. 1967 Ford Fairlane. This 1967 Ford Fairlane is a classic midsize Ford that combines the timeless styling of the Fairlane platform with a significantly upgraded modern drivetrain, creating a car that offers far more performance than its original factory specifications. Presented as a GT clone and described by the seller as being in used-like new condition, this Fairlane appears to be a well-executed street machine designed to deliver strong performance while retaining the clean, muscular appearance that made the 1967 model year so popular among Ford enthusiasts. At the heart of this build is a brand new 347 cubic inch stroker V8 engine. The 347 stroker has become one of the most popular Ford small block combinations because it offers a substantial increase in displacement and torque while maintaining the compact dimensions and reliability of the original Windsor platform. Compared to a standard small block Ford, the 347 provides noticeably stronger acceleration, improved throttle response, and a broader power band, making it an excellent choice for both street driving and spirited weekend cruising. Backing the engine is a brand new C6 automatic transmission, one of Ford's most respected heavy-duty transmissions. Known for its exceptional durability and ability to handle significant horsepower and torque, the C6 has long been a favorite among performance enthusiasts. The combination of a fresh 347 stroker and a new C6 transmission creates a drivetrain package capable of delivering reliable performance for years to come while maintaining the simplicity and ruggedness that classic car owners appreciate. The seller notes that the vehicle underwent an older restoration, which suggests that much of the cosmetic and structural work has already been completed while still allowing the car to retain its vintage character. Older restorations often appeal to enthusiasts who prefer a vehicle they can drive and enjoy without worrying about preserving a freshly completed Concours-level finish. This balance between presentation and usability can make a classic car more enjoyable in real-world ownership. One important detail mentioned in the listing is that this Fairlane is a GT clone rather than a factory GT model. In the classic car world, clone builds are often created to replicate the appearance and spirit of higher performance or rarer factory versions while allowing owners to enjoy similar styling and performance at a more accessible price point. A well-built GT clone can deliver much of the same visual impact and driving excitement without the premium often associated with documented factory examples. The 1967 Fairlane itself is widely regarded as one of Ford's most attractive mid-size designs. The clean body lines, aggressive front-end styling, and balanced proportions give the car a muscular yet refined appearance. This generation successfully bridged the gap between Ford's full-size offerings and the smaller Mustang, making it a favorite among buyers seeking both performance and practicality. With its upgraded stroker engine, this Fairlane likely delivers considerably more power than most original examples. The increased displacement provides the kind of strong low-end torque that makes the car feel responsive in everyday driving, while the C6 transmission ensures that the power is transferred smoothly and reliably to the rear wheels. Together, These upgrades transform the vehicle into a far more capable performer than a stock Fairlane from the same era. The seller's straightforward description suggests that the vehicle is ready to be enjoyed immediately. The fact that both the engine and transmission are described as brand new is particularly appealing, as drivetrain replacements often represent some of the most expensive aspects of restoring or upgrading a classic car. Having these major components already completed can save future owners significant time and expense. Located in Three Rivers, Michigan, this 1967 Ford Fairlane is offered at an asking price of $29,000. Considering the fresh 347-stroker engine, new C6 transmission, restored condition, and desirable GT-inspired appearance, the vehicle presents a compelling package for enthusiasts seeking a classic Ford with modernized performance capabilities. Overall, this Fairlane successfully combines classic 1960s styling with upgraded mechanical components that enhance both performance and reliability. While it may not be a factory GT, it captures the spirit of Ford's muscle car era while offering the benefits of a freshly built drivetrain. For buyers looking for a classic cruiser with genuine V8 power, strong street performance, and iconic Fairlane styling, this 1967 example represents an attractive opportunity and a well-rounded addition to any enthusiast's garage. Number 4. A documented 1966 Pontiac GTO Coupe that represents one of the most iconic muscle cars of the 1960s, combining authentic GTO heritage with thoughtful upgrades that enhance drivability while preserving the car's classic character. Finished in stunning Nightwatch blue with a black interior and black vinyl roof, this GTO benefits from a frame-off restoration completed approximately 10 years ago and remains an impressive example of Pontiac's legendary performance machine. The 1966 model year was a landmark period for the GTO. Widely recognized as one of the cars that helped launch the muscle car movement, the GTO took Pontiac's intermediate platform and transformed it into a serious performance vehicle. By 1966, the formula had been refined, resulting in one of the best-looking and most successful GTO generations ever produced. The aggressive front-end styling, sculpted body lines, and unmistakable stance helped make the GTO an instant classic, and today it remains one of the most sought-after muscle cars from the era. Power comes from a correct year 389 cubic inch Pontiac V8, paired with a 4-speed manual transmission. While the seller notes that the engine is not numbers matching, it is the correct engine type for the model year, preserving much of the car's authentic character. The 389 was the heart of Pontiac performance during the mid-1960s and helped establish the GTO's reputation on both the street and the drag strip. Known for its strong torque and distinctive exhaust note, the engine provides the kind of raw driving experience that enthusiasts expect from a true muscle car. Backing the V8 is a 4-speed manual gearbox, arguably the most desirable transmission choice for many collectors. The manual transmission allows the driver to fully engage with the car's performance capabilities while maintaining the authentic muscle car feel that made these vehicles famous. Combined with the 3.36 positraction rear end, the drivetrain strikes a balance between strong acceleration and comfortable cruising capability. One of the major highlights of this GTO is its frame-off restoration. A frame-off restoration is among the most comprehensive restoration processes possible, involving the complete separation of the body from the chassis so that every component can be repaired, restored, or refinished. According to the seller, the restoration was completed about a decade ago, and the car continues to present very well today. The Nightwatch blue paint is described as a 9 quality finish and has been ceramic coated for additional protection and gloss retention. Nightwatch blue is a particularly attractive color on a 1966 GTO, highlighting the body's muscular lines while giving the car an upscale and sophisticated appearance. The seller also describes the body as straight, suggesting careful preparation and quality workmanship during the restoration process. The black vinyl roof provides a classic contrast against the blue paint and reflects a popular styling option from the era. Combined with the black interior, the overall color combination creates a timeless appearance that remains highly desirable among collectors. While the car retains its classic appearance, several upgrades have been incorporated to improve the driving experience. Power steering makes low-speed maneuvering easier and reduces driver effort during longer trips. Front power disc brakes provide significantly improved stopping capability compared to the original drum brake setup, enhancing both safety and confidence behind the wheel. Inside the cabin, Dakota digital gauges modernize the instrument cluster while maintaining a clean appearance. These gauges offer improved accuracy and reliability over the original equipment and provide a practical upgrade for owners who intend to drive the car regularly. The vehicle also rides on American racing wheels, a popular aftermarket choice that complements the GTO's muscular styling. While purists may prefer factory wheels, American racing wheels have become part of muscle car culture themselves and give the car a slightly more aggressive stance. From a collector's standpoint, documentation adds significant value and credibility. The seller specifically notes that this is a documented GTO, an important distinction because many Pontiac A body cars have been converted into GTO tributes over the years. Documentation helps verify the car's authenticity and supports its place within the collector market. From my perspective, one of the strongest aspects of this GTO is its balance between originality and usability. It maintains the appearance, drivetrain configuration, and spirit of a genuine 1966 GTO while incorporating practical upgrades such as power disc brakes, power steering, ceramic-coated paint, and digital instrumentation. These enhancements make the car easier and more enjoyable to drive without dramatically altering its classic identity. At an asking price of $62,000, this GTO is positioned within the range expected for a documented and professionally restored example. While the non-numbers matching engine may affect value compared to a fully matching drivetrain car, the extensive restoration, desirable 4-speed transmission, documented status, and attractive presentation help support its market appeal. Overall, this 1966 Pontiac GTO represents a highly desirable blend of authenticity, restoration quality, and drivability. With its documented pedigree, correct year 389 V8, 4-speed manual transmission, frame-off restoration, and striking Nightwatch blue finish, it offers the kind of ownership experience that continues to make the GTO one of the most respected and celebrated muscle cars of all time. Number 5. 1968 Plymouth Fury III. This 1968 Plymouth Fury III is a striking example of Chrysler's full-size performance-oriented lineup from the late 1960s, combining big-block V8 power, classic Mopar styling, and the kind of road presence that made these cars stand out during the height of the muscle car era. While models such as the Roadrunner and GTX often receive the majority of collector attention, the Fury III remains an underrated classic that offers many of the same strengths in a larger and more comfortable package. Finished as a two-door model and showing approximately 87,000 miles, this Fury III appears to be a well-preserved example that has been maintained with care over the years. The seller describes the vehicle as being in excellent condition, a claim supported by mentions of attractive chrome trim, good tires, and a clean overall presentation. Finding a full-size Mopar from this period that has survived without extensive deterioration is becoming increasingly difficult, making solid examples like this particularly appealing to enthusiasts. Power comes from the highly respected 383 cubic inch V8, one of Chrysler's most successful big-block engines. The 383 earned a reputation for delivering strong torque, dependable performance, and impressive durability. During the late 1960s, it was a popular choice for buyers who wanted substantial power without stepping up to the more expensive and fuel-hungry 440 or Hemi options. Even today, the 383 remains a favorite among Mopar enthusiasts because of its excellent balance of performance and reliability. Backing the engine is Chrysler's legendary 727 TorqueFlite automatic transmission. Widely regarded as one of the toughest automatic transmissions ever produced, the 727 became famous for its ability to handle substantial horsepower while maintaining smooth operation. Many racers and performance builders continue to use the TorqueFlite because of its strength and durability, making it a valuable feature on any classic Mopar. One of the appealing aspects of the Fury III is its ability to blend performance with comfort. Unlike many dedicated muscle cars that focus primarily on acceleration, the Fury was designed to provide a smooth and comfortable ride while still offering plenty of power under the hood. This makes it an excellent choice for long-distance cruising, weekend road trips, or local car shows. The exterior styling reflects the bold design language of the late 1960s. Plymouth gave the Fury a long, muscular profile, distinctive front-end styling, and substantial chrome accents that helped it command attention on the road. The seller specifically notes that the chrome remains in nice condition, an important detail because restoring chrome trim on full-size classics can be both difficult and expensive. Adding to the car's visual appeal is a set of Craigar 15-inch wheels. Craigar wheels have long been associated with American performance cars and hot rods, and they complement the Fury's period-correct appearance while giving it a slightly more aggressive stance. Combined with the reported good condition tires, the car appears ready to be enjoyed immediately. From a collector's perspective, the Fury III occupies an interesting niche in today's classic car market. While it may not command the same premium prices as certain high-profile Mopar muscle cars, it offers many of the same benefits: a powerful big block engine, durable drivetrain, distinctive styling, and strong enthusiast support. Because these cars often receive less attention than road runners or chargers, they can represent excellent value for buyers seeking a classic Mopar experience. The reported mileage of 87,000 miles suggests that the car has been driven and enjoyed rather than hidden away for decades. Vehicles that remain active often avoid many of the mechanical issues associated with prolonged storage, and regular use can be a sign that the car has been maintained throughout its life. At an asking price of $25,500, this Fury 3 is positioned as a solid driver quality or show quality classic rather than a restoration project. Given the combination of a 383 V8, 727 automatic transmission, two-door body style, and reportedly excellent condition, the price reflects the increasing appreciation for well-preserved full-size Mopars from the late 1960s. From my perspective, the greatest strength of this 1968 Plymouth Fury 3 is its balance. It offers genuine big block performance, comfortable cruising capability, attractive styling, and the rugged mechanical components that Mopars of this era are known for. It is the type of classic that can be driven regularly, shown proudly, and enjoyed without sacrificing practicality. Located in Cicero, New York, this 1968 Plymouth Fury 3 is offered for $25,500. Featuring a 383 V8, 727 torque flight automatic transmission, attractive chrome, Kragar wheels, and a well-preserved overall condition, it represents an excellent opportunity for anyone looking to own a distinctive and increasingly collectible piece of late 1960s Mopar history. For enthusiasts seeking a powerful, stylish, and comfortable classic cruiser, this Fury 3 deserves serious consideration. Number 6. This 1967 Mercury Cougar S Code 390 is the kind of classic that I think often gets overlooked in favor of more famous muscle cars, yet it offers many of the same qualities at a much more approachable price. In my opinion, the first-generation Cougar is one of the most stylish vehicles to come out of Ford's performance era, combining muscle car capability with a level of refinement that set it apart from many of its competitors. The first thing that immediately grabs my attention is the S-Code designation and the 390 cubic inch big block under the hood. Personally, I think this is the most important part of the entire listing. The 390 FE Series V8 was one of Ford's most respected performance engines during the 1960s. It delivered strong torque, excellent street performance, and the kind of deep V8 rumble that muscle car enthusiasts still love today. While many Cougars came equipped with smaller engines, a factory-style big block setup like this gives the car a completely different personality. In my opinion, the 390 strikes a sweet spot between usability and performance. It has enough power to make the car exciting without becoming overly temperamental or difficult to maintain. The automatic transmission also fits the character of the vehicle very well. Personally, I think a big block cruiser like this is perfectly suited to an automatic. The combination allows the driver to enjoy the engine's torque without constantly working through gears, making the car ideal for cruising, road trips, and weekend drives. One thing I've always appreciated about the 1967 Cougar is its styling. While it shares some DNA with the Mustang, Mercury gave the Cougar a much more upscale and sophisticated appearance. The hidden headlights, distinctive grille, flowing body lines, and longer proportions create a car that feels both sporty and elegant. Honestly, I think the Cougar has aged exceptionally well. Even people who aren't hardcore car enthusiasts often stop and admire a first-generation Cougar because it looks different from the typical muscle cars seen at local cruise nights. The seller states that the car has approximately 67,000 original miles, which is certainly an attractive figure if accurate. Personally, I always view mileage on classic cars alongside overall condition, but lower mileage examples often show less wear in critical areas such as suspension components, interior materials, and body structure. The fact that this Cougar is described as a driver-quality vehicle actually appeals to me. In my opinion, there's a big difference between a trailer queen and a car you can genuinely enjoy. Driver-quality cars often provide the best ownership experience because owners don't feel afraid to take them out on the road and create new memories. The seller specifically mentions that the car drives great, and honestly, that's one of the most important statements in the listing. A classic car can look beautiful sitting still, but its true value comes from how it performs when you turn the key and head down the road. The recent brake work is another positive. Personally, I always like seeing safety-related maintenance addressed before cosmetic modifications. New brakes improve confidence behind the wheel and suggest the car has received practical care rather than simply being polished for sale. The good tires are another small but meaningful detail. Tires are one of the most overlooked expenses in classic car ownership, and having a usable set already installed saves the next owner both time and money. The dual exhaust system is something I particularly appreciate. In my opinion, a big block Ford should sound like a big block Ford. A properly designed dual exhaust setup allows the 390 to produce the deep, authoritative tone that enthusiasts expect from a car of this caliber. It's not just about performance, it contributes significantly to the overall driving experience. One of the things I like most about this listing is its simplicity. The seller isn't claiming that the car is a Concord restoration or a highly modified restomod. Instead, it's presented as an honest, good driving classic that someone can inspect and enjoy in person. Personally, I find that refreshing. Sometimes the best classic cars are the ones that don't need elaborate explanations. They simply start, run well, and provide the experience enthusiasts are looking for. At an asking price of $22,500, this Cougar sits in a very interesting position within the collector market. In my opinion, first-generation Cougars remain one of the better values among 1960s Ford products. Comparable Mustangs with big block power often command significantly higher prices, while Cougars frequently offer similar performance and styling sophistication for less money. That value proposition is part of what makes them so appealing today. What I love most about this car is that it combines several desirable elements into one package. It has a big block V8, attractive styling, relatively low mileage, recent maintenance, and a reputation for being a strong driver. It doesn't need to be the rarest car on the market to be enjoyable. Overall, in my opinion, this 1967 Mercury Cougar S Code 390 is a very attractive classic muscle car that offers both performance and style. The legendary 390 big block, automatic transmission, dual exhaust, low mileage presentation, and driver quality condition create a package that appears ready to be enjoyed immediately. It may not receive the same level of attention as some of its Mustang counterparts, but that's part of its charm. And honestly, for enthusiasts looking for a distinctive big block Ford product with plenty of character, this Cougar looks like a compelling opportunity. Number 7. 1965 Chevrolet Nova 2 two-door post. This 1965 Chevrolet Nova 2 is a genuine survivor-class compact classic that offers a rare combination of originality, solid structural condition, and everyday drivability. Finished in its long-preserved factory-style appearance, this two-door post model represents an increasingly difficult type of classic car to find in today's market. An honest, largely untouched example that has survived decades without extensive modifications or major restoration work. For enthusiasts who appreciate authenticity, this Nova provides a glimpse into what Chevrolet's compact lineup looked and felt like during the mid-1960s. The Nova 2 occupied an important place in Chevrolet's lineup during the 1960s. Positioned as a practical and affordable compact car, it quickly gained popularity thanks to its clean styling, lightweight construction, and mechanical simplicity. Over time, the Nova became one of the most versatile platforms in American automotive history, serving everyone from daily commuters to drag racers and hot rod builders. Today, surviving examples in largely original condition are becoming increasingly sought after because so many were modified, raced, or heavily restored over the years. This particular car is a two-door post model, a body style that many enthusiasts find especially desirable. The absence of a full hardtop roofline gives the car a more purposeful appearance and often results in a slightly more rigid body structure. Two-door post Novas have long been favorites among performance enthusiasts because they provide an excellent foundation for future upgrades while retaining classic proportions and lightweight design. Under the hood sits the car's original 250 cubic inch inline-six engine paired with a 2-speed Powerglide automatic transmission. While many Nova buyers immediately think about V8 swaps, the original 6-cylinder drivetrain deserves appreciation in its own right. Chevrolet's inline-six engines earned a reputation for durability, simplicity, and reliability. They were designed to provide years of dependable service with minimal maintenance, and many enthusiasts still enjoy driving them because of their smooth operation and distinctive character. According to the seller, the Nova runs and drives exceptionally well. That's an important detail because many survivor cars spend years sitting unused before coming to market. A classic vehicle that can be driven and enjoyed immediately often provides a much more rewarding ownership experience than a project requiring extensive mechanical work before it can hit the road. One of the strongest selling points of this Nova is its structural condition. The seller repeatedly emphasizes how solid the vehicle is, noting that the floors, trunk pan, and overall body structure remain in excellent shape. Rust has always been one of the biggest concerns when evaluating early Novas, particularly in regions where road salt and harsh weather conditions accelerate corrosion. Finding a survivor-grade example with solid floors and trunk areas significantly increases both desirability and long-term value. The exterior paint remains the older lacquer finish, which naturally shows signs of age after 6 decades. Rather than viewing this as a negative, many collectors appreciate original or older finishes because they tell the story of the car's life. The aging paint contributes to the vehicle's survivor status and gives it a character that cannot be replicated by a modern repaint. Every scratch, chip, and imperfection becomes part of the car's history. Inside, the Nova maintains the simple and straightforward design that defined compact American cars of the era. The focus was practicality rather than luxury, creating a driving environment that feels refreshingly mechanical and direct compared to modern vehicles. The seller notes that everything functions properly except for the windshield wipers, which is a relatively minor issue on a 60-year-old automobile. One reason Novas remain so popular is their incredible flexibility. This particular car can be enjoyed exactly as it sits, preserving its originality and survivor status. Alternatively, it could serve as the foundation for a future performance build. The seller even mentions that it would be an ideal candidate for a V8 or LS engine swap. Because the car is already structurally solid and mechanically sound, a future owner would have numerous options depending on their goals. For collectors, survivor vehicles like this have become increasingly desirable. In recent years, the market has shown growing appreciation for cars that retain their original identity rather than being extensively modified. While fully restored vehicles certainly have their place, there is something special about a classic car that still reflects decades of authentic use and preservation. From my perspective, the greatest strength of this Nova is its honesty. It is not advertised as a show car, a restomod, or a heavily customized build. Instead, it appears to be exactly what many enthusiasts spend years searching for: a solid, running, driving survivor with good bones and tremendous potential. The fact that it retains its original 6-cylinder engine and power-glide transmission adds to its authenticity, while its excellent structural condition gives future owners the freedom to either preserve or modify it as they see fit. At an asking price of $13,500, this Nova occupies an attractive position within today's classic car market. Comparable projects often require significant rust repair and mechanical work before they can be enjoyed, whereas this example appears ready to hit the road immediately. For someone seeking an affordable entry into classic car ownership, it offers both usability and long-term potential. Overall, this 1965 Chevrolet Nova 2 two-door post is a well-preserved survivor that embodies the simplicity and charm of mid-1960s American motoring. With its original inline-six drivetrain, solid body structure, honest presentation, and excellent driving condition, it represents a rare opportunity to own a classic Nova that has largely escaped the modifications and abuse that claimed so many of its contemporaries. This 1965 Chevrolet Nova 2 is located in Barre, Vermont, and is currently being offered for sale at an asking price of $13,500. Number 8. 1973 Mercury Montego MX Brougham. This 1973 Mercury Montego MX Brougham is a remarkably preserved example of Mercury's full-size personal luxury coupe from an era when comfort, presence, and V8 power defined the American driving experience. Showing just 57,000 miles and described as completely stock and unrestored, this Montego represents an increasingly rare opportunity to own a highly original classic that has avoided the extensive modifications and restorations often seen on vehicles of this age. Finished in its factory configuration, this Montego retains the authentic character that Mercury engineers intended more than 5 decades ago. As an MX Brougham model, it was positioned as a premium offering within the Montego lineup, emphasizing comfort, upscale styling, and effortless cruising ability. These cars were designed to compete in the growing personal luxury market of the early 1970s, offering buyers a more refined alternative to traditional muscle cars while still maintaining strong V8 performance. Under the hood is Ford's proven 351 cubic inch Windsor V8, one of the most respected engines produced by the Ford Motor Company during the era. Known for its durability, smooth operation, and broad torque curve, the 351 Windsor delivers dependable power that makes full-size cruising feel effortless. Whether navigating local roads or covering long highway distances, this engine provides the relaxed yet confident performance that large American coupes were famous for. The engine is paired with an FMX automatic transmission, a transmission known for its strength and reliability. The combination of the 351 Windsor and FMX transmission creates a drivetrain package that is both durable and easy to maintain, making the car enjoyable for both seasoned collectors and enthusiasts entering the classic car hobby. The automatic transmission complements the Montego's luxury-oriented personality, allowing drivers to focus on the experience of the road rather than constant gear changes. Adding to its comfort and convenience, this Montego is equipped with power steering, power brakes, and factory air conditioning. These features significantly enhance the driving experience and reflect the premium positioning of the MX Brougham trim level. Power steering makes maneuvering the large coupe surprisingly easy, while power brakes provide greater confidence during everyday driving. Factory air conditioning was a highly desirable option in the early 1970s and remains an appreciated feature today, especially for owners who plan to enjoy the car during warmer weather. One of the most appealing aspects of this vehicle is its originality. The seller specifically notes that the car has not been restored and remains bone stock. In today's collector car market, highly original vehicles often attract significant interest because they provide a genuine snapshot of how these automobiles appeared and operated when new. Original examples allow enthusiasts to appreciate factory craftsmanship, materials, and engineering without the influence of later modifications. The Montego itself is not a model commonly seen at modern car shows or cruise nights, which contributes greatly to its appeal. While Mustangs, Chevelles, and Camaros often dominate events, a well-preserved Montego stands apart due to its rarity and distinctive styling. The seller notes that the car receives considerable attention both on the road and at cruise nights, a statement that reflects the growing appreciation for lesser-seen Ford and Mercury products from the 1970s. Stylistically, the 1973 Montego showcases the bold design language of the era. Its substantial proportions, prominent grille, long hood, and formal roofline create an imposing presence that immediately distinguishes it from smaller performance cars. The MX Brougham trim further enhances this upscale appearance through additional luxury-oriented appointments and styling details. With only 57,000 miles showing on the odometer, the car appears to have been driven relatively sparingly throughout its lifetime. Low-mileage, unrestored examples are becoming increasingly difficult to find, particularly among full-size American luxury coupes that were often driven extensively during their early years. This mileage figure adds another layer of desirability for collectors who value originality and preservation. Located in Bound Brook, New Jersey, this 1973 Mercury Montego MX Brougham is offered at an asking price of $15,000. Considering its low mileage, original condition, desirable 351 Windsor V8, factory comfort features, and rarity within today's collector car market, it presents a compelling value proposition for enthusiasts seeking something beyond the typical muscle car choices. Overall, this Montego is a classic American cruiser that prioritizes originality, comfort, and character. It may not be the most common vehicle at a car show, but that is precisely what makes it special. For buyers looking for a distinctive, largely untouched piece of Mercury history with proven V8 power and genuine road presence, this 1973 Montego MX Brougham offers a refreshing alternative to the usual collector car selections while delivering the charm and nostalgia that defined the golden age of American automobiles. Number 9. A 1968 Plymouth Barracuda Fastback project car that presents an affordable opportunity to enter the world of classic Mopar ownership. While this example is not a finished show car, it offers a solid foundation for restoration and carries many of the characteristics that have made first-generation Barracudas increasingly desirable among collectors and enthusiasts. With a clean Ohio title, current registration, and a structure that appears to retain strong frame rails, this project could be an attractive starting point for someone looking to build a classic Mopar to their own specifications. The 1968 model year marked one of the most attractive periods for the Barracuda. Sharing its platform with the Plymouth Valiant but featuring unique styling, the Barracuda offered a sportier and more aggressive appearance than many compact cars of the era. The fastback body style is particularly popular because of its sleek roofline and distinctive profile, giving the car a sporty presence that still stands out more than 5 decades later. According to the seller, this Barracuda was originally equipped with a 318 cubic inch V8. The 318 was one of Chrysler's most dependable engines and became a staple throughout the Mopar lineup. Known for durability and ease of maintenance, the engine provided a solid balance of performance and reliability. While the listing does not specify whether the original drivetrain remains intact, the car's heritage as a V8 equipped example may add appeal for restoration-minded buyers. The vehicle is equipped with a 904 automatic transmission featuring a column-mounted shifter. The Chrysler 904 is a respected automatic transmission known for its simplicity, reliability, and surprising strength when properly built. Many enthusiasts continue to use the 904 in both stock and performance applications because of its lightweight design and proven durability. One of the more desirable features mentioned in the listing is the Sure Grip rear differential. Chrysler's Sure Grip system was the company's version of a limited slip differential, helping improve traction by directing power to both rear wheels under acceleration. For performance enthusiasts, having a Sure Grip rear end already in the car can be a valuable advantage during a restoration or performance build. The seller is transparent about the vehicle's condition and restoration needs. Rust is present, which is common for vehicles from this era. Fortunately, the seller reports that the frame rails remain in great condition. Strong frame rails are often one of the most important structural considerations when evaluating a classic Mopar project because repairs in that area can become expensive and labor-intensive. The fact that the frame rails are described as solid suggests that the vehicle may have a stronger foundation than many project cars in a similar price range. The car will require front floor pan repairs or replacement. This is a fairly common restoration task for classic vehicles and is generally considered manageable due to the availability of reproduction sheet metal. More significantly, the torsion bar crossmember needs replacement. However, the seller notes that a replacement crossmember is included with the sale, which can save both time and money during the restoration process. One of the appealing aspects of this Barracuda is that it remains registered and titled in the seller's name. Clear paperwork is an important consideration when purchasing a project vehicle, and having a clean title can eliminate many of the complications that sometimes accompany unfinished classic car projects. From a styling perspective, the 1968 Barracuda remains one of the more distinctive Mopars of its era. While later E-body Barracudas and Cudas often receive most of the attention, these earlier A-body cars have developed a strong following due to their lighter weight, compact dimensions, and excellent performance potential. Many enthusiasts appreciate them as a more affordable alternative to their larger and more expensive counterparts. From my perspective, the biggest strength of this car is its potential. This is clearly not a turnkey classic, but it offers something many collectors enjoy even more: the opportunity to build a car exactly the way they want it. Whether restored to stock condition, upgraded into a street machine, or transformed into a period-correct muscle car, the Barracuda platform provides a versatile foundation with strong aftermarket support. At an asking price of $6,000 or best offer, this project appears positioned for buyers who understand restoration work and are willing to invest time and effort into bringing the car back to life. Given the increasing popularity of vintage Mopars and the rising values of completed Barracudas, finding a reasonably priced project with a clean title, good frame rails, and included replacement parts can be an attractive proposition. Overall, this 1968 Plymouth Barracuda Fastback represents a classic Mopar project with solid bones, desirable fastback styling, a sure grip rear end, and restoration potential. While it requires structural and sheet metal work before returning to the road, it offers an affordable pathway into one of Chrysler's most recognizable performance-oriented platforms and could become a very rewarding project for the right enthusiast. Number 10. 1967 Ford Mustang. This 1967 Ford Mustang represents the kind of classic American project car that many enthusiasts actively search for. A solid, running, driving example that has already received significant mechanical upgrades while still leaving room for its next owner to complete the restoration journey. Rather than being a fully restored show car, this Mustang appears to be an honest driver that has benefited from thoughtful improvements and regular maintenance, making it an appealing option for someone who wants to enjoy a classic immediately while continuing to refine it over time. The 1967 model year was an important milestone in Mustang history. Ford redesigned the car to accommodate larger engines and provide a more aggressive appearance. Compared to the earlier 1965 and 1966 models, the 1967 Mustang featured a wider stance, more muscular body lines, and a more substantial presence on the road. Many collectors consider the 1967 model to be one of the most attractive first-generation Mustangs because it successfully blended the compact proportions of the original design with a more performance-oriented look. This particular example began life as a base coupe but has been steadily upgraded by its current owner. One of the most significant improvements is the installation of a 302 cubic inch crate engine. The Ford 302 is one of the most respected small-block V8 engines ever produced, known for its reliability, broad aftermarket support, and excellent balance of performance and durability. A crate motor typically provides a fresh foundation compared to an older high-mileage original engine, making it an attractive feature for prospective buyers. Supporting the engine are several recent upgrades designed to improve both performance and reliability. The seller replaced the previous carburetor with an Edelbrock 1402 4-barrel unit, a popular choice among classic Mustang owners. Edelbrock carburetors are known for their simplicity, reliability, and ease of tuning, helping provide smooth throttle response and dependable operation. Additional updates include new valve covers, a new air cleaner assembly, a new battery, and replacement transmission cooler lines. The seller also notes that all fluids have been changed recently, an important sign that the vehicle has been maintained rather than neglected. Routine servicing is often overlooked on project cars, so seeing evidence of regular maintenance is always encouraging. Brake shoes and other miscellaneous items have also been addressed, further supporting the idea that this Mustang has been kept roadworthy. Power is delivered through a C4 automatic transmission, one of Ford's most proven and durable transmissions of the era. The C4 has long been favored for its reliability and simplicity, and it pairs well with the 302 V8 to create an easy driving classic that can be enjoyed by enthusiasts of varying experience levels. According to the seller, the Mustang runs and drives well, which significantly increases its appeal. Many classic projects require extensive mechanical work before they can even leave the garage. This example, however, appears capable of being driven and enjoyed immediately while restoration work continues as time and budget allow. Structurally, the seller describes the car as being quite solid. The floor pans and trunk are reported to be in good condition, and the glass is said to be intact. These are important considerations because rust repair can quickly become one of the most expensive aspects of restoring a vintage Mustang. While the seller does mention that a couple of areas on the frame should be patched in the near future, the overall condition appears considerably better than many unrestored examples currently available. Cosmetically, the Mustang does show its age. The seller acknowledges that it will eventually need a paint job and notes the presence of various imperfections. However, this honesty is often appreciated by buyers because it sets realistic expectations. A car with aging paint but solid structural condition can be a far better investment than one with fresh paint hiding significant corrosion. Inside, the driver's seat has the common tear often seen in classic Mustang upholstery. Fortunately, this is a relatively minor issue that can typically be repaired by a professional upholstery shop without requiring a complete interior replacement. The rest of the cabin appears to remain serviceable and functional. The only notable mechanical issue mentioned is a leaking transmission pan gasket. Importantly, the seller already has a replacement gasket included with the car. Since transmission pan gasket replacement is generally a straightforward repair, many buyers will likely view this as a minor maintenance item rather than a major concern. At an asking price of $14,000, this Mustang occupies an attractive position within today's classic car market. Fully restored first-generation Mustangs often command substantially higher prices, while neglected projects frequently require tens of thousands of dollars in repairs. This example falls somewhere in the middle, a running, driving classic with significant mechanical improvements already completed and manageable restoration needs remaining. From my perspective, the biggest strength of this 1967 Mustang is its balance between usability and potential. The upgraded 302 crate engine, Edelbrock carburetor, C4 automatic transmission, and solid body structure provide a strong foundation for continued ownership. Rather than purchasing a non-running project, the next owner would be acquiring a car that can be driven, enjoyed, and improved gradually. Located in Concord, New Hampshire, this 1967 Ford Mustang is offered at $14,000. With its upgraded 302 V8, automatic transmission, recent maintenance, solid floors and trunk, and honest project car character, it represents a compelling opportunity for enthusiasts seeking an affordable entry into first-generation Mustang ownership. For someone willing to address a few cosmetic and minor mechanical issues, this classic Ford could become an exceptionally rewarding long-term investment and weekend cruiser. Number 11. This 1970 Dodge Coronet Super B is the definition of a serious Mopar muscle car, and in my opinion, it's one of the most intimidating vehicles we've looked at so far. While many classic muscle cars rely on appearance alone, this Super B backs up its aggressive looks with an engine combination capable of producing truly modern performance numbers. The first thing that jumps out is the fact that this is a V-code Super B. For Mopar enthusiasts, that designation carries significant weight because it originally identified cars equipped with the legendary 446-pack setup. According to the seller, this is one of only 1,072 440-powered hardtops produced for the 1970 model year, making it a relatively uncommon piece of Dodge muscle car history. Personally, I think the 1970 Super B represents one of the most aggressive styling periods in Mopar history. The quad headlights, power bulge hood, bold body lines, and distinctive graphics package create a car that looks fast even when parked. Finished in dark burnt orange metallic with a matching deep burnt orange interior, this car takes that aggression to another level. Honestly, this is not a color combination for someone who wants to blend into traffic. It screams early 1970s muscle car culture and immediately commands attention. What really separates this Super B from many others, however, is the engine. The original numbers-matching engine is gone, but in its place sits a professionally built 496 cubic inch stroker V8 based on a 440 block. In my opinion, that's a trade many performance enthusiasts would gladly accept. According to the seller, the engine is capable of producing approximately 500 horsepower and 550 lb-ft of torque at the wheels. That's wheel horsepower, not crank horsepower, which means the actual engine output is likely substantially higher. Those are numbers that can embarrass many modern performance cars. The build itself sounds impressive. The engine features ported and polished 906 heads, a solid lifter ultradyne camshaft, MSD ignition, and the legendary six-pack setup using 3 two-barrel carburetors. Personally, I think the six-pack system is one of the coolest induction setups ever installed on a production-based muscle car. The visual impact alone is incredible when you open the hood. Backing the engine is a built 727 TorqueFlite automatic transmission rated for extreme horsepower levels. In my opinion, the 727 is one of the toughest automatic transmissions ever produced by Detroit. These transmissions have survived decades of drag racing abuse, and pairing one with a high-output big block makes perfect sense. The drivetrain upgrades continue underneath. The seller notes an 8.75-inch rear axle equipped with posi traction and 3.91 gears. That's a very performance-oriented gear ratio and should provide aggressive acceleration while still remaining streetable. The addition of Caltrax traction bars and a complete PST suspension package further suggests this car was built with performance in mind rather than simply appearance. Personally, I like seeing suspension upgrades on high horsepower builds because power is only useful if the chassis can effectively put it to the ground. Another standout feature is the Borla dual exhaust system with electric cutouts. In my opinion, this is one of the most entertaining upgrades you can add to a muscle car. With the cutouts closed, the car remains somewhat civilized. Open them up, and the full personality of that big stroker engine comes alive. The result is a car that can transform from a cruiser into an absolute beast with the push of a button. Inside, the orange bucket seat interior is about as period correct as it gets. The matching vinyl upholstery, center console, tick-tock tachometer, and wood grain trim help preserve the authentic muscle car atmosphere. Personally, I love seeing interiors like this because they remind you exactly what performance cars looked like in 1970. Everything feels purposeful and driver-focused. The seller also mentions that the car comes with valuable documentation, including a broadcast sheet, Galen's registry report, and various receipts. For Mopar collectors, documentation matters. In my opinion, having paperwork that helps verify the car's history always adds confidence and value, especially when dealing with rare performance models. There are a few small imperfections mentioned as well. The speedometer is currently not functioning, although a replacement factory unit is included. Honestly, for a 56-year-old muscle car producing this level of power, that's a relatively minor issue and wouldn't concern me nearly as much as structural or drivetrain problems. At $69,500, this Super B isn't inexpensive. However, when you consider the rarity of the V-Code platform, the extensive performance upgrades, the documented history, and the overall presentation, the price begins to make sense. Personally, I think the value here comes from getting both worlds. You have a car with legitimate collector appeal and historical significance, but you also have a machine capable of delivering performance levels that far exceed what most factory muscle cars offered in 1970. What I like most about this car is that it doesn't pretend to be a museum piece. Instead, it appears to be a properly built and thoughtfully upgraded Super B designed to be driven, enjoyed, and experienced. The massive stroker engine, six-pack induction, upgraded suspension, aggressive gearing, and classic Mopar styling create a package that's difficult to ignore. Overall, in my opinion, this 1970 Dodge Coronet Super B is one of the strongest performance-oriented listings we've seen. The combination of V-Code heritage, a powerful 496-stroker V8, built 727 transmission, documented history, and unmistakable Mopar styling makes it an extremely desirable muscle car. It may not be completely factory original, but for enthusiasts who prioritize driving excitement alongside collector appeal, this Super B offers an impressive balance of both worlds. Number 12. 1956 Ford Thunderbird. This 1956 Ford Thunderbird represents one of the most iconic American automobiles of the 1950s, a vehicle that helped define the personal luxury sports car segment and remains one of the most recognizable classics ever produced by Ford. Finished in rare Navajo gray, a color offered exclusively for the 1956 model year, this Thunderbird combines elegant styling, V8 performance, and collector appeal in a package that continues to captivate enthusiasts nearly 70 years after it first rolled off the assembly line. The Thunderbird story began in 1955 when Ford introduced the model as a response to the growing popularity of sporty two-seat roadsters. Unlike European sports cars that focus purely on performance, the Thunderbird was designed to blend style, comfort, and effortless cruising ability. Ford called it a personal car, creating an entirely new market segment that would influence automotive design for decades to come. By 1956, Ford had refined the formula. The second-year Thunderbird featured several improvements over the inaugural 1955 model, including a redesigned rear-mounted spare tire arrangement that freed up trunk space and enhanced practicality. These updates helped make the 1956 Thunderbird one of the most desirable versions among collectors today. This example is powered by Ford's respected 312 cubic inch V8 engine, rated at 215 horsepower. During the mid-1950s, this engine represented serious performance and gave the Thunderbird the power needed to match its sporty appearance. The 312 V8 became one of Ford's most celebrated Y-block engines, known for smooth operation, strong torque delivery, and dependable cruising capability. Backing the engine is Ford's 3-speed Ford-O-Matic automatic transmission. This transmission was considered advanced for its era and contributed to the Thunderbird's reputation as a refined grand touring machine rather than a bare-bones sports car. Together, the V8 and automatic transmission create a driving experience that emphasizes effortless power and comfortable highway cruising. One of the standout features of this particular Thunderbird is its older frame-off restoration. A frame-off restoration is generally regarded as one of the most comprehensive restoration methods because the body is separated from the chassis, allowing every major component to be inspected, repaired, restored, or refinished. According to the seller, despite the restoration having been completed some time ago, the vehicle still presents as though it were recently finished. That speaks volumes about both the quality of the restoration work and the care the vehicle has received since completion. Many restored vehicles gradually show signs of age after years of use, but this Thunderbird is described as remaining in excellent condition throughout. Visually, the Navajo gray exterior gives the car a sophisticated and elegant appearance. While many 1950s American cars are associated with bright colors and chrome-heavy styling, this more subtle color highlights the Thunderbird's clean body lines and refined proportions. Because Navajo gray was only available during the 1956 model year, it adds an extra level of uniqueness and historical authenticity. The Thunderbird's design remains one of the most admired automotive shapes ever created. The long hood, compact rear deck, prominent grille, and graceful curves combine to create a vehicle that looks both sporty and luxurious. Unlike larger American cars of the period, the Thunderbird possesses a sense of balance and proportion that has aged remarkably well. Inside, the cabin was designed to offer comfort without sacrificing style. Drivers in the 1950s appreciated the Thunderbird because it delivered a premium driving experience while still maintaining the excitement associated with a two-seat roadster. Even by modern standards, the interior design retains a timeless charm that reflects the optimism and innovation of post-war American automotive engineering. From a collector's perspective, the 1956 Thunderbird occupies a particularly desirable position in the market. First-generation Thunderbirds are among the most sought-after Fords ever produced, and well-restored examples continue to attract strong interest from enthusiasts. The combination of rarity, historical significance, and enduring design ensures that these cars remain highly respected within the collector community. What makes this example especially appealing is that it appears ready to enjoy immediately. The seller notes that the car needs nothing, a phrase that every classic car enthusiast hopes to hear. Rather than purchasing a project requiring extensive repairs or restoration work, a buyer could focus on driving, showing, and enjoying the vehicle. From my perspective, the strongest aspect of this Thunderbird is its balance of rarity and usability. The exclusive Navajo gray color, desirable 312 V8 engine, frame-off restoration, and excellent overall condition create a package that appeals to both collectors and drivers. It is the kind of classic that can be proudly displayed at local shows while still being comfortable enough for weekend cruises and special events. At an asking price of $40,000, the vehicle appears competitively positioned within today's classic Thunderbird market, particularly considering its restoration history and overall presentation. For buyers seeking a genuine 1950s American icon, this example offers a compelling combination of style, authenticity, and long-term collectability. Overall, this 1956 Ford Thunderbird is a beautifully restored example of one of America's most influential automobiles. With its 312 cubic inch V8, Ford-O-Matic transmission, rare Navajo gray finish, and well-preserved frame-off restoration, it represents the golden age of American motoring at its finest. This 1956 Ford Thunderbird is located in Rocky Hill, Connecticut, and is currently being offered for sale at an asking price of $40,000, with the seller open to reasonable offers. Number 13. 1973 Cadillac Eldorado Convertible. This 1973 Cadillac Eldorado Convertible represents the pinnacle of American luxury motoring during the early 1970s, combining dramatic styling, effortless performance, and premium comfort in a package that remains one of the most recognizable luxury convertibles ever produced. Finished in a striking red exterior over a white leather interior, this Eldorado delivers the kind of visual presence that made Cadillac the undisputed symbol of prestige and success during its era. With only 42,000 reportedly gentle miles, a clean title, and a history of careful ownership, this example appears to be an exceptionally well-preserved survivor. The Eldorado occupied the top of Cadillac's lineup and was designed to offer a driving experience unlike anything else on the road. By 1973, the model had evolved into a large, elegant luxury convertible with unmistakable styling cues, including its long hood, hidden headlights, sculpted body lines, and commanding proportions. Even today, these cars attract attention wherever they appear, and this particular example benefits from one of the most desirable color combinations available. Under the hood sits Cadillac's massive V8 power plant, engineered to move the substantial luxury convertible with effortless authority. Rather than emphasizing high revving performance, Cadillac focused on smooth, quiet, and abundant torque. The result is a driving experience defined by seamless acceleration, relaxed highway cruising, and exceptional comfort. Paired with an automatic transmission, the drivetrain delivers the type of refined operation expected from Cadillac's flagship luxury convertible. The seller describes the engine and undercarriage as being in excellent condition, suggesting that the vehicle has received the level of care necessary to preserve its performance and reliability over the decades. The fact that the car reportedly has never seen bad weather and has always been garage-kept further supports the impression of a vehicle that has been protected and maintained throughout its life. Inside, the white leather interior reflects the luxury standards Cadillac was famous for during the period. The cabin was designed to isolate occupants from road noise while providing an exceptionally comfortable environment for long-distance travel. White leather upholstery paired with the red exterior creates a classic luxury presentation that remains highly desirable among collectors and enthusiasts today. One particularly noteworthy detail is the inclusion of the original Cadillac floor mats. While seemingly minor, original accessories like these are often appreciated by collectors because they contribute to the vehicle's authenticity and originality. Such details help preserve the connection between the car and its original era. The convertible top has also received significant attention. According to the seller, Custom Trim of Akron installed a brand new premium white scissor-style convertible top. A quality replacement top is a major advantage for any vintage convertible, as proper installation and materials can significantly affect appearance, weather protection, and long-term durability. The fresh white top complements the exterior and interior color scheme beautifully, enhancing the overall presentation of the vehicle. Adding further appeal is the included fiberglass parade boot. This hard boot cover provides a clean, finished appearance when the convertible top is lowered and was a highly desirable accessory for owners who wanted their Eldorado to look its best during shows, parades, and special events. The presence of this accessory adds both style and collector value. The 1973 model year holds a special place in Cadillac history. These convertibles represent the final years of an era when American manufacturers built large luxury convertibles without significant compromise. Their size, comfort, and road presence make them some of the most memorable luxury automobiles ever produced by General Motors. With only 42,000 miles showing on the odometer, this Eldorado appears to have been driven sparingly throughout its lifetime. Low-mileage examples that have been consistently protected from harsh weather conditions are becoming increasingly difficult to find, particularly in such attractive cosmetic condition. Located in Akron, Ohio, this 1973 Cadillac Eldorado convertible is offered at a firm asking price of $43,000. Considering its low mileage, desirable red and white color combination, excellent overall condition, garage-kept history, new premium convertible top, original accessories, and strong collector appeal, the asking price reflects the quality and preservation of the vehicle. Overall, this Eldorado is more than just a classic convertible. It is a rolling expression of American luxury at its peak. From its elegant styling and comfortable leather interior to its smooth V8 power and carefully maintained condition, it embodies everything that made Cadillac the standard of the world during the 1970s. For collectors seeking a beautifully preserved luxury convertible that delivers both prestige and enjoyment, this 1973 Cadillac Eldorado convertible stands out as an exceptional example worthy of serious consideration. Number 14. A 1966 Chevrolet Impala convertible that offers one of the most desirable body styles of the mid-1960s wrapped in an affordable and highly usable package. Finished in black over a black interior and equipped with a 4-speed manual transmission, this Impala combines classic full-size Chevrolet styling with the added excitement of open-top cruising and driver involvement. While it is not presented as a fully restored show car, it appears to be a solid running and driving example that could be enjoyed immediately while gradually improved over time. The 1966 Impala is widely regarded as one of the most attractive full-size Chevrolets ever produced. Chevrolet refined the styling for 1966 with a cleaner, more elegant appearance that emphasized long body lines, subtle chrome accents, and a balanced design that still looks timeless today. Convertibles are especially sought after because they offer the complete classic cruising experience, allowing owners to enjoy both the car's styling and the open-air driving experience that made American convertibles so popular during the era. Power comes from a Chevrolet 305 cubic inch V8. While not the original engine displacement typically associated with 1960s Impalas, the 305 is known for reliability, ease of maintenance, and readily available replacement parts. For many enthusiasts, a dependable small-block Chevrolet is a practical choice that keeps operating costs manageable while still delivering the unmistakable sound and character of a classic American V8. One of the most appealing features of this car is its Muncie 4-speed manual transmission. The Muncie gearbox has long been respected among muscle car enthusiasts for its durability and positive shifting feel. Having a manual transmission in a full-size convertible adds a level of driver engagement that is increasingly rare, transforming the car from a simple cruiser into something that feels much more connected and enjoyable behind the wheel. According to the seller, the car runs and drives well, making it an appealing option for buyers who want a project they can actually use while improving. Too often, affordable classics require extensive work before they can be enjoyed. In contrast, this Impala appears to be mechanically functional and capable of immediate use. The seller notes that the frame is solid, which is one of the most important details in any classic convertible. Convertibles rely heavily on structural integrity because they lack the fixed roof structure found in hardtops. A solid frame provides a strong foundation for future improvements and can significantly reduce restoration costs compared to vehicles suffering from major structural corrosion. Recent front suspension work is another positive aspect of the listing. Suspension components are critical to ride quality, handling, and safety, and replacing worn front-end parts can dramatically improve how a classic car drives. This investment suggests that the seller has addressed some of the key mechanical areas necessary for dependable road use. Cosmetically, the seller offers an honest assessment of the paint. While it presents well from a distance and provides strong visual appeal, it is not described as a high-end professional finish. The phrase, "looks great from 40 feet," suggests a driver-quality paint job that delivers plenty of visual impact without Concours-level perfection. For many buyers, this can actually be a benefit because it allows the car to be enjoyed without the constant worry of protecting an expensive show-quality finish. The car does require a new convertible top and interior work. These needs should be viewed as part of the vehicle's project status rather than major negatives. The advantage is that the next owner can select materials, colors, and finishes according to personal preferences while spreading restoration costs over time. Since the car already runs, drives, and has a solid frame, many enthusiasts would consider these cosmetic improvements easier to tackle than major structural or mechanical repairs. From a styling standpoint, the black exterior gives the Impala a clean and aggressive appearance. Black has always been a popular color for full-size Chevrolets because it highlights the car's long body lines and chrome trim while adding a level of sophistication. Combined with the convertible body style, the result is a classic cruiser that still commands attention more than half a century after it was built. From my perspective, the strongest aspect of this Impala is the combination of affordability, drivability, and potential. The solid frame, manual transmission, recent suspension work, and running condition provide a strong foundation, while the need for a top and interior restoration leaves room for customization and value improvement. Rather than paying a premium for a fully restored example, the next owner has an opportunity to enjoy the car immediately while gradually bringing it to a higher standard. At an asking price of $12,500 or best offer, this 1966 Chevrolet Impala convertible appears to offer substantial value in today's classic car market. Running and driving convertibles with solid structural foundations are becoming increasingly difficult to find at this price point, especially those equipped with a desirable 4-speed Muncie transmission. Overall, this 1966 Impala convertible represents an appealing blend of classic Chevrolet styling, open-air enjoyment, and restoration potential. With its solid frame, manual transmission, recent suspension updates, and honest presentation, it offers an excellent starting point for someone seeking a fun driver today and an even better classic tomorrow. Number 15. 1992 Cadillac. This 1992 Cadillac presents an affordable opportunity for someone looking to acquire a full-size American luxury car project at a very modest entry price. While the listing does not specify the exact Cadillac model, it appears to be a complete vehicle that has been off the road for several years and is now being offered as a restoration candidate, mechanical project, or potential collector car for enthusiasts willing to invest time and effort into bringing it back to life. By the early 1990s, Cadillac remained one of the most recognizable luxury brands in the United States, producing comfortable, feature-rich vehicles known for their smooth ride quality, spacious interiors, and distinctive styling. Cars from this era represented the final years before major changes in automotive technology and design transformed the luxury car market. As a result, many enthusiasts are beginning to appreciate these vehicles as emerging modern classics. According to the seller, the vehicle shows 148,259 miles on the odometer and was last operational approximately 3 years ago. The seller was informed that the primary issue preventing the car from running is a faulty fuel sending unit. While a fuel sending unit can certainly create fuel delivery or fuel gauge problems, any vehicle that has been sitting for multiple years should be approached with the expectation that additional work may be necessary. Long-term storage often affects several systems beyond the originally identified issue. Fuel can deteriorate, seals and gaskets can dry out, rubber hoses may become brittle, and components such as batteries, brakes, belts, and tires may require inspection or replacement. Therefore, prospective buyers should view the fuel sending unit as a starting point rather than a guaranteed single repair solution. One positive aspect of the listing is that the vehicle appears to be substantially complete. Complete project cars are generally more desirable than heavily disassembled examples because original trim pieces, interior components, and model-specific parts can often be difficult and expensive to locate decades after production. Having a largely intact Cadillac can significantly simplify the restoration process. Cadillacs from the early 1990s were engineered primarily for comfort. Most featured large, well-cushioned seats, quiet cabins, and smooth suspension systems designed for relaxed highway cruising. When properly maintained, these cars can still provide an enjoyable driving experience that differs greatly from many modern vehicles. Their traditional luxury character is one of the reasons interest in them has slowly increased among collectors and enthusiasts. The seller describes the car as a historic fixer-upper, which is a fitting characterization. Vehicles from the early 1990s are now more than 3 decades old, placing them firmly within the classic and collector vehicle category in many states. While they may not yet command the values of 1960s muscle cars or 1950s classics, they represent an increasingly important part of automotive history. From an investment standpoint, projects in this price range typically appeal to hobbyists rather than investors seeking immediate returns. Restoration costs can easily exceed the purchase price, especially if major mechanical repairs are required. However, for someone who enjoys working on cars, the low acquisition cost leaves room in the budget for repairs and improvements. The reported mileage of 148,259 miles is relatively typical for a Cadillac of this age. These vehicles were designed for long-distance travel, and many examples accumulated substantial mileage during their service lives. If the drivetrain proves to be healthy after recommissioning, the mileage alone may not be a major concern. At an asking price of just $1,000, the risk level is relatively low compared to many classic car projects. Even if additional mechanical work is needed beyond the fuel system repair, the purchase price remains accessible for enthusiasts seeking an entry-level restoration project. From my perspective, the strongest aspect of this Cadillac is its potential. While it is not currently a turnkey driver, it offers the possibility of returning a traditional American luxury car to the road without a large initial investment. For someone who appreciates Cadillacs from the early 1990s and is comfortable tackling mechanical repairs, this could be an interesting and rewarding project. Located in Frederick, Maryland, this 1992 Cadillac is offered at $1,000 and shows 148,259 miles. Having been parked for approximately 3 years and reportedly needing at least a fuel sending unit, it is best viewed as a restoration candidate rather than a ready-to-drive vehicle. Nevertheless, for buyers seeking an inexpensive classic luxury project with long-term potential, this Cadillac may represent a worthwhile opportunity.